It's the new hit list on 102.7 Kiss FM. My name is Kayla, and I have Jordin Sparks with me today.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
You look beautiful. We're matching with the curly hair today.
I was just thinking that. I was like, we're twins right now. We're
Look
twins.
at us.
Yes.
I love it. It's been such a long time. We've missed you. Your fans have missed you.
Oh, thank you.
We've seen your life over the past 10 years. I mean, on
Literally.
social media, you are an amazing wife. You're a mom.
Yeah.
So you have given us a glimpse of your life through pictures and videos. But, you know, it's different when we get to hear what you've been going through the music. So real quick, over the past decade, fill us in on some of the key moments and highlights of your life.
Oh, okay. That's a long time.
I know,
to just
I
pick
know.
a few. I mean, honestly, I think the moment that I decided to, one that stands out was the moment I decided to make myself a priority. That one was really big. I cut a lot of stuff out of my life. It was like, I need to reassess this because there are some things that aren't working, and obviously I'm not getting the message. So let me just take a step back and reassess the things that are serving me and what are not. And that was really huge because then I really started to focus on me. What do I like? What do I like to do? One of my favorite things to do, and still, is to go to dinner and a movie by myself. I love doing that. I love doing that.
I used to be afraid to do something like that just because I always felt like it was awkward.
Yeah.
But I felt like I needed to do it. And I started going out, taking myself on dates as well, and enjoying my own company.
I mean, because you're the only person you're with 100% of the time.
Right.
So you better like yourself.
Right.
So doing that, obviously meeting Dana changed the trajectory of my life. He is everything, and he's amazing, and he's the best. He's just great. He's the best man. He's the best father. He's the best husband. He's gotten me to this place. The music would not be happening without him. He's my muse. He's my inspiration. So I just got to say thank you. Love you, babe. And then obviously having my son was just, I mean, it changed everything. It changed everything. And he is just so much fun and so funny. He can sing.
Oh,
he can sing.
Future
And
Jordin
so
Sparks.
cute.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if he wants to, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm not into forcing it, but I just love hearing him sing. My poor husband's like, can you guys just for a second be quiet?
Just be quiet for
Because
one.
between the both of us,
The house is always noisy.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
So that, and then obviously life changed for all of us the past couple years. Things have been so crazy, but I feel like there's silver linings everywhere that you look, and there's blessings everywhere. And I was able to really fall in love with music again and really reconnect to it. And I had a lot to say. I've been writing a lot more, and I'm just in a really good place. I love my life. I love my life, and I love everything in it and everything that's happening. And I'm just really grateful that people still want to know what I'm doing and want to hear my music and want to, cheer me on and still support. So I'm just, gratitude is the attitude.
That makes
that's
me
it.
so happy to hear. But I want to go back to your husband because he has been such an influential part of your life. And there was a time where you were about to pack up everything and leave Hollywood. And then you said,
you saw his caption.
you literally met him. And so how exactly did you meet him?
Oh, okay. So it's a lot. There's a lot of details, but basically our parents put us on, or our moms put us on a group chat, a group thread. And it was so I could talk him out of moving to Hollywood because he was pursuing a modeling career, and his mom just wanted me to talk to him about what Hollywood was like because I had spoken to some of the girls at their ministry that they had. And I was at the time like not giving my number out. I was not in that space at all. And I was like, he can talk to somebody else. Why does it have to be me?
I'm good right now.
Exactly. But I had met his mom, and I was like, okay, if this guy pulls something crazy or is disrespectful, I'm just going to be like, ma'am, here you go. And that'll be it. But we started talking and we never stopped. And now we just celebrated 7 years of marriage. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It had to happen exactly the way that it happened because this industry is nuts and LA is crazy. And I'm just really grateful that I found him because
I'm so
I couldn't
happy
do it.
for you.
Thank you.
I heard you say in an interview, someone asked you, why did you get married? And you said, because he saw me and he was the first person to see me.
Yes.
And of course, we all have to kiss a few frogs to get there.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who is still waiting on that person to finally see them?
Man, I think it takes, sorry, this is going to get a little deep, but I think it takes seeing yourself first. Because if you can see yourself and know truly the things that you need, what do you need, what brings you joy, what fills up your love tank, what fills you up. If you can know those things, it makes it, I don't want to say easy, but it does make it clearer to see if somebody is able to give that to you or not. Right away, you have to be able to listen to the intuition and see the signs. butterflies are great and all, but sometimes butterflies can cloud because you're not really feeling what it actually is. Is this anxiety? Is this nervousness? Am I actually excited to see this person? Does he make me feel safe, or am I in flight mode right now? You know,
Wow.
there's so many different things. Butterflies can mean more than one thing. And so if you see yourself, I think it helps other people to see you too, because you see yourself so clearly that there isn't going to be any question on how they see you because you view yourself so clearly.
Yeah.
So I think that's one important thing. The other thing is too, don't wait for somebody to love you to love yourself. You got to love yourself first. And if you haven't found that person yet, keep waiting. Don't force it. Do not force it. And if something happens and you're just, you're sitting around, just remember that you can change things at any time. You don't have to take any BS. You don't have to stay in this section. You don't have to stay in this place. And the state applies to anything. But in terms of relationships, you don't have to stay there and you don't have to stay stagnant. And I think I had that moment once and I was like, I don't need to do this.
Yes.
I can go. What? But somehow, for some reason, we kind of get in our own heads and we get stuck like, oh no, I got to try this or that or whatever.
I got to make this work at all costs.
Exactly. Whatever excuse we're making. But no, you can change it at any time and change your mindset. You can change your life.
Wow.
So I think that those are the few things, because I could say the surface stuff like, oh, well, da, da, da. But no, it really is that deep. Like the biggest decision anybody is ever going to make is who they're going to share their life with.
Right.
It just makes sense. So for me, I was like, I cut everything out. I stopped dating and I just really focused on myself, and literally silver platters exist. He was right at my front door and I was like,
that gives me some hope, because I feel like that's the area that I'm in. And I think a lot of people want somebody to complete them. But what I've realized is, no, you got to complete yourself, and that person should only add to your life, add to your happiness.
They can't just be cute.
Yeah.
You have to bring more to the table than like a pretty face, and the completing thing is absolutely true. Because when I looked at Dana, he was such an amazing person. Like when I was getting to know him, I was like, this guy is just an amazing human being. And I know who I am. And I was like, we're really amazing separately, but together.
Wow.
Together.
Powerful.
We can do anything and we can create anything. And powerful is the word, because I remember like thinking, maybe there's somebody out there for me, but I knew that I wanted it to be that way. I envisioned it. You have to be very specific about the things that you're looking for and asking for, and the intention behind why you're asking them. All those things matter. So when he showed up at the door, I knew the second day that I said that's the one.
Oh my gosh.
That's the one I'm supposed to share my life with. Like, I was like, oh my God. I didn't tell him that, of course. It took a while before I brought that up, but I knew, and I don't know how to explain it other than I just knew.
Jordin, that gives me so much hope. I know that gives a lot of other people so much hope. Like, you just seem so happy. And I know you said that he basically loved you back to life because you're about to leave the music industry. Mm-hmm. What was that breaking point for you on why you were going to leave the music industry?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of different reasons why. It's very crazy. The industry is a very dog-eat-dog world. I do feel like we've moved forward in that there's a lot more support and like allyship in terms of like women with women and guys, encouraging women and putting them on their shoulders and things like that. But I mean, it's still politics. It's still a game. It's still, every man for himself, and like money wins, right? And I'm not that type of person. And I finally was just like, all right, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to go to Nashville. I'm going to go do this like a 9 to 5 because I have a lot of good people out there. I love them. It's still a music city. I was like, I can still do what I love, but being a little bit safer, quote unquote, space,
right.
Where I feel like, okay, life is a little bit easier down here. And I had my house up for sale. I had the pod halfway packed when the week Dana came and we met. He was like,
that is
literally. And he was like, why are you running? And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know you well enough for you to ask me this question. Like, this is pretty personal, but he hit the nail on the head. And I was like, I am. Because I was tired. I was just really tired. And, everybody has watched me grow up. People have known me for a very long time, since I was 17. So they've seen my heartbreaks. They've seen the craziness that plays out on social media. They've seen all that stuff. And at that time, that was something that was really heavy as well. I'm not the kind of person that will like, I don't really tell a lot of my private stuff. Like, that's just not the kind of person that I am. So in the midst of all that happening, I'm just trying to be silent. And It's just people are bombarding me. The thousands of messages under my pictures, and I'm just like, this is crazy. I just can't do this anymore. This is too much.
Wow.
And so I had every reason and every right to go, but he was like, we need you. He was like, we need your voice. And this was before we had even decided to like date. That's how amazing a person he was. He saw me. He saw who I was, who I am, like what I bring to this world. And now I know my purpose, and it's very clear the path that I'm supposed to be walking. And so it makes it very breezy to go through life now, because I'm able to go, oh, nope, that doesn't align. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, we're going to do this. We're going to complete that, because I know where I'm going.
Sometimes it's just so crazy how the universe or God or whatever people believe in bring that one person that completely change everything for you.
The whole trajectory of everything. Because imposter syndrome was real. I was like, nobody's going to care.
Wow.
Why would I even make music anymore? Like, I'm not that type of person. And the industry has changed so much that I was like, I don't know if I can give what it looked like people were looking for. And I was like, that's just not really my thing, you know? But I know that I'm supposed to be, my passion and my purpose are the same thing. So grateful. But I know I'm supposed to be here to sing and to use my voice to spread joy and to heal and to, make people feel something,
Well, I was going to ask you, are you upset about how the way the industry kind of treated you, or do you feel like they turned your back on you because you wanted to live a normal lifestyle, like not the Hollywood typical glitz and glam way of doing things?
No, I don't think I don't know if it's a turn their back, so to say. I pretty much turned I was like, I'm good. But I think for me, I just want to sing. The fame stuff that was never a goal of mine. So I never was like, oh, I want to be famous and I want people to know me. And I just wanted to sing songs. So all that stuff is like, I don't care if another person takes my picture again, to be honest with you. Like, to be completely honest, like, I'm good on that. I just want to sing and use my voice to transform and to transmute. So when it comes to like how it is and how you have to be, I knew the industry was going to be like that. I also had to learn growing up in it, but I don't think it was a turn my back sort of thing. I know what kind of life I want. I know how I want to live my life, how I want to feel about my life. And I'm really grateful because people still do know my face, but I can still go to the grocery store. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have that kind of frenzied fame or frenzied celebrity. And I don't want that. That's not my dream. Girl, I go do my business. I go home and I drink my water. Okay. I just chill. But,
you live your life the way that you want to, and you're proud of the life that you created. And that's what it seems like.
And then now I still get the opportunity to do what I love. I still get to do music, and it's amazing to see that people are really responding to it still after all this time.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful, but I guess the message is you can definitely live the life that you want. You just have to know that it might not look the way you were told it's supposed to look.
Yeah.
And
there's so many people that are so excited for you to be back. I mean, I was reading Reddit forums of people doing think pieces on your new album.
Come on, Reddit? Yes. I gotta check. That's the one I missed.
TikTok, and people are excited about you finally coming back with No Restrictions. What is different about this era of Jordin Sparks music rather than different than the Jordin Sparks that we knew back 10 years ago?
Yes. Well, I mean, all those versions of me are in this album. So the American Idol Jordin with the big power ballads, that's there. My first album, like No Air, One Step at a Time, a mix of pop R&B, that's there. My third album that was more leaning towards R&B, and then there's the Broadway musical theater side of myself that's in there. So all the pieces of who I am are in this album, but I think the biggest change is that I'm free.
Wow. I'm
free, not necessarily just in the music side, but just within myself. Like, that's what No Restrictions means. Like, I'm limitless. I'm unlimited. I feel like I can do anything. I can achieve anything. I can be anything. I can create and cultivate anything that I want. And then in terms of the musicality, there's no restrictions on the album. People met me singing a different genre of music every week. Right. I can sing anything.
Yeah, you was on here doing Afrobeats, country. Yes. You had everything in the album.
So I was like, let me show them that I can still sing anything. So there's a mix of everything on the album, all the things that I love, influences that I grew up on and grew up with. So No Restrictions it's all encompassing just within my life and who I am, and also within the musicality.
Yeah. No Restrictions is out right now. 15 songs to someone who's just now getting introduced to you. Because maybe they are Gen Z and they didn't know you back then.
They only know Once Upon a Time from the TikTok sound.
Is this a healing album? Is it a renaissance? Will they laugh? Will they cry? Or all of the above?
It's an experience. It's a journey. And I feel like, I know with streaming, you can listen to any song at any point, but if you are going to buy the album, I would ask, please, that you listen to it from top to bottom. Like, go through the ride of the album. I think track listing is a very important thing, and we wanted to make sure that we kicked it off with a really cool run of a mix of R&B and pop, and there's a lot of live instrumentation, but there's something for everybody on the album. That's why I'm so proud of this project, because if you want to dance like you're at a rave, more than enough. You want to sit and hear you want a song to hug you, Give Love a Try. You want to listen to a power ballad where you just weep, listen to Fight of Our Life. You want to feel a little sexy, listen to No Restrictions. You want to dance like you're in a club, listen to Remember. Like, there is something for everyone, but it's a really cohesive project at the same time. There's a lot of different sounds, but there's a through line within it all. And the intention as well is like, hey, like, we can feel this. I think feeling is my main intention, because I feel like a lot of music now, which we need, is kind of distracting. Like, don't think about the issue you're going through. Don't think about the conversation. Just, sweep it on the rug kind of thing. And just dance, party, ignore it. And I'm the one coming to you like, nope, we gonna feel it all.
Yeah.
You gonna feel it. You gonna cry. You gonna laugh. You're gonna dance. You're gonna have a good time.
I listened to the whole thing front to back twice, and I literally felt like I was going on an emotional journey and experiencing the different versions of you.
Yes.
And I have to say, my favorite one is You Can't with Me.
Yeah. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it.
Because it gives such bad energy, okay? And like
I had to give it to them.
Thank you. We needed it. And a lot of the songs like reflect your life, but we were talking about this journey of healing for you and everything that you've been through. How did you come into this bad energy?
Well, I mean, it's always been there.
Okay.
But I'm very much a person that you only get that if you really know me. And I think I was holding back because I didn't feel free. I didn't feel like people were going to accept that part of me because of how I came up. I was so young. And so for a lot of people for a long time, I was that. I was still 17 at, America's Sweetheart, which I still feel like I am. But at the same time, like, I've grown up a lot and I've gone through a lot. And I realized once my passion and my purpose, how we talked about that earlier, once I was like realizing that and like knowing where I was like, oh, there's no one else that's like me. Just like there's no one else that's like Beyonce. There's no one else who's Miley. Like, we're all different. There's room for all of us here. And so I was like, oh, nobody can do what I do because it's me, you know? So when we stepped into the studio and we were writing that, I was just like, yeah, let me just let them know, how I'm feeling for a little bit. Cause I still am like, I want to be respectful. I'm not the type of person that's going to like beef or do anything like that. But I was like, I got to let them know though.
I am that girl.
Yeah, I am that girl. And so when we were making the track listing on the album, we were going back and forth on it. I was like, I've never really said the F word in a song, and I'm like really saying it on this song. Like, how are people going to take it? But I'm really glad that I put it on there.
Yeah,
I'm glad that people get that side of me too, because she's been there.
I mean, you know what's so crazy? Like, now that you are back, you can hear, just from listening to this album, you kind of remember the old Jordin, because there's some influences of your old self in the album. But you can also hear how you have influenced this new generation in your music. And even though like you're seasoned in the game, you can still be influenced by people who are coming up as well. So people are influenced by you, but who of the newer generation are you influenced by?
No, you know who I really love? Ariana. I love Ariana. And I know, like, it's kind of crazy to say because I wrote The Way. So her first single, I wrote it with Seven and A-Rod. And it was just really cool to be a part of that moment and to see, like, she has just elevated into this mega superstar, and she's still so kind. She's such a kind person. And I've always loved Mariah, and we both are definitely lambs. You can hear it in both of our voices. And so it's just really cool to see her and how she carries herself. So I really like Ariana. I love Victoria Monet. I'm so happy that she's getting her flowers. She is just so talented. And then Tori Kelly is actually somebody I've known since I was 14 years old. I met her when I think she was 12 and I was 14. And so we kind of both grew up with our own respective journeys and things like that. But she kills it. The way she can play every single instrument. She's like a savant. Play every single instrument. She records herself. So there are some really powerful, incredible women, amazing artists,
Period.
that are just really killing it. And so I'm really inspired by them as well.
Yeah. So the song that we're playing is More Than Enough, which is a song that you can draw inspiration from. You can relate it to your own life. You can, whether you're talking about a higher power, whether you're talking about a loved one. Why is it important for the world to hear this specific song?
Because this song brings joy. The first time I heard this song, it got on the album at the 11th hour. Dana had a dream about it. This is how crazy things are. Okay,
Dana
he had a dream about it. He had a dream about it.
Lord, bring me someone like Dana.
He's got vision, right? So he had a dream about it. He woke up. He hit up the producer because we had done a song before and it didn't work out. It ended up going to somebody else. He was like, "Do you have anything like this song that we did together?" I said, "Hold on one second." And they sent over More Than Enough. And when he sent it to me, I was in a really loud restaurant. I couldn't really hear it clearly, but what I did hear, I was in love. I said, "When are we doing this? We have to do this now. It has to go on the album." And I went and I recorded it in about like an hour and a half. And it's just so fun. It's fun. It brings joy. And it just makes you feel good. And I feel like now more than ever, we need that type of music. We need the type of music that makes you feel like you're floating, that makes you feel like you're soaring and you're flying. And the song that can, lift you up at the end of the day. So that's why I feel like it's important. At first, obviously, when I sing love songs, I'm thinking about my hubby. But when I was really singing, I started singing it on stage. I realized it's a love letter to my fans because they've been riding with me for so long. Yeah. Like when I'm lost and I'm giving up, you give me more than enough. Yeah. When I'm down running out of love, you give me more than enough. So for me, I definitely feel like that's a fan dedication song for sure.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can, like I said, can take that song and apply it to whatever they want it to apply it to. Like, I love it. It's such a powerful song.
Thank you.
Will you be going on tour?
Yes. I mean, I don't have dates for you yet, but we're literally in the middle of planning it right now. There's a lot happening the second half of the year. It usually gets really busy for me because of Christmas and all of that stuff. So I have a new show coming out on HBO Max. Well, I guess it's called Max now, but it's called Roller Jam, and I'm the host. And so it's a skating competition show where like these crews on the skates, like roller rinks that we used to go to, they compete for $150,000.
Wow.
And it's incredible to see what they can do. So that's coming out October 10th. And then I actually have a live performance that is streaming on this platform called Hitcore that comes out on the 20th of this month. And then, I always got Christmas gifts for my fans. So I got some Christmas songs coming as well. And yeah, we're just keeping it moving. I'm just excited and I'm grateful. Because it could be the opposite. Like nobody could care. You know what I mean?
But so many people do.
I was like, thank you.
So many people do. And let me give you a message directly from your fans. We want the throwbacks as well. We want to hear the new music, but like Battlefield, One Step at a Time. Of course, I know you perform No Air, but Tattoo, all of those, please. Or will we be able to hear those?
Yes. Oh, definitely. Somebody asked me the other day if there's songs that I get tired of, and I was like, no, not really. I like all my songs. Like One Step at a Time, No Air, Tattoo, Battlefield, I will always sing those songs. I never get tired of singing them. And at this point now, which is so crazy, I can just like...
And they'll sing it for you?
I want to keep singing.
What a feeling.
It's incredible. Like to be a part of people's lives in that way. And it's not just a couple people. It's they are singing, okay? And I'm just standing there like...
I don't know if you know how much you were loved and how much like you were ingrained in at least my childhood growing up.
Thank you.
But you know what I just rediscovered the other day? You did a song with Big Time Rush.
Yeah, count it. Let's go. Counting on You.
Can we reunion?
I've been trying
because they're back.
You know what's crazy? We have been trying for the last couple years to figure out our schedules to get, because they keep on going on tour. And then I'll be somewhere and they'll be in the same state. And so we just haven't gotten to work it out. But I would love
to make it work.
I would love to get on stage and perform it with them because I think we only did it one time in New York years ago. So I think it would be fun now at the place that we're in to sing that song because it would feel different. You know?
Have to. You absolutely have to. I know you addressed this already, but you were at Chris Brown's LA show. Yes. Singing in the crowd, and everyone was like, "Why is Jordin not up there? What's he doing down there?" Yeah, and I think it was so cute because you were filming yourself, and then there was a girl in the background who kind of was like, "Wait." And freaked out. But yeah, it was really cool to see you singing to your own song. But I know you performed it together in 2022, I think it was.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Did he even ask you or no?
Oh, I just wanted to go enjoy the show. Okay. I just wanted to have a good time. Obviously, I was prepared. I did bring my in-ears because I was like, maybe just if they know that I'm here, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
But the show was so amazing. But I know that like people saw me in the crowd, and of course I would have loved to have sang, but to be able to, I've never had that moment. Like I don't know who's actually ever had that moment unless they like went undercover or something. But like he was singing my song on the stage, and I was in the audience, able to like really be in the audience and feel how it felt to hear it be sung with everybody. Like the whole arena was full, and I was just standing there. In the beginning, before I filmed, I was just closing my eyes because I was like, I just want to feel this. And it was just the most cosmic moment because I was like, it's been almost 20 years. And this song, people are still just every single word they at the top of their lungs, and the feeling and the power when voices come together, it's unmatched. Like I had goosebumps all over my body. And then we started filming and playing and having a good time. But I just really enjoyed it. That was a really cool moment. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get that moment because I'm usually the one singing it.
Right.
So that was a really cool moment for me to
That is incredible.
have.
When you think of a timeless song, you think of No Air. I mean, it got you your first Grammy nomination. It still impacts people, like you said, so much. Me to this day will make me cry all these years later. Would you ever like work with him again? And would you ever do a No Air part 2 or something? Because that's, I think, even when I saw you guys perform it in 2022, the chemistry was still there. And I think people would love to see something else.
I think it would be fun. I don't know if we would put the pressure on ourselves to do a No Air part 2, but I think collaborating with him again would be amazing because it's hard to recreate something that every single variable had to line up for that song to be as amazing as it is. I'm not saying that we couldn't do it because I firmly believe in mine and his talent, but I do think it would be really fun to just create something new and, give a visual for our fans because I feel like I get that a lot. The fans are always like, we want more. And I'm like,
we do.
I'm like, well, it'll happen one day. We'll get it together. But yeah, he's so incredibly talented. The show was really good. I would definitely love to work with him again. I think he's always been talented. I was a big fan of him before people even knew who I was. So I definitely would love to do that.
What I've learned, if there's anything that I've learned or took away from this conversation from you, anything that you taught me is to not force anything. It'll come. It'll come. Your husband, that song, the career, your healing journey, it'll come. So
yes, here's a quote. What's meant for you will never miss you.
Amen.
It will always find you.
Before I let you go, Jordin, where do you see your career or hope it to be the next 5 years?
Oh my gosh, 5 years.
I hate that question. The 5 year.
No,
the 5 year
it's
question.
Not that. I was just like, how old am I going to be? And I was like,
me too. I'll be like 35. I'm like still not married. No kids. Isn't it crazy? Because like, well, at least for me, like I thought I would have the white picket fence by now. I'm 30 and you don't, but everybody's journey is different, It's
different, but that's also like, hold on. I'm going to get in my little box.
Okay, go ahead. Give it to us.
Because I feel like the white picket fence and all of that stuff was something that's been modeled and molded in the media that we've just seen for a long time. So it's been ingrained in our head that that's what our life is supposed to look like. But your life can be whatever you want it to be. And there shouldn't be shame or a feeling of inadequacy because you're not at a certain spot just because somebody else is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, especially for women, like, oh, I'm at this point or whatever, I should have kids and I should have that. And sometimes it's pressure from family and things like that. But you get to live your life the way that you want to live it. And if that has come for you right now, that's great. If not, that's great too. There's no timeline that you cannot get on that you can't be the controller of your own destiny and your own fate. So to all my women out there and men too, because I know that they feel that pressure as well. Like you don't have to feel that pressure. And also bringing a kid into this world is your life will completely change. So make sure you are 100% sure that is what you want to do because it becomes about them. It's not about you anymore. So live your life about you the way you want to live it. And then think about that.
Jordin, thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
No, I've really enjoyed talking with you today. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope you guys that are listening are. I know I went a little left and right there, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it.
And I think people are going to appreciate it too. Like you spoke from your heart, and you were so real. I thank you. This was probably one of my favorite conversations.
Thank you so much.
No Restrictions is out now. Thank you, Jordin.
Of course, thank you.
It's the new hit list on Kiss. Yay! That was